Good afternoon or morning. When is it? I gotta have a drink of coffee. Oh, sorry. All right. Welcome to Bitcoin Bulls, brought to you by NoPlaceButTexas.com. I was up till 3 o'clock, I guess, watching the returns, just like 2016. But yeah, crazy stuff, man. I knew it was gonna be a nightmare. I told you so. Uh, so anyway, we're probably heading to the Supreme Court with one or two cases, maybe three cases. Who knows? Uh, the president is always 3 steps ahead of these people, hence the nomination of Amy Barrett. Even though Roberts votes as a liberal, he's supposed to be a conservative. We all know he's not. So, anyway, even with him voting against it, we got enough votes, 5-4, if there's wrongdoing going on. So, look, the president said months ago mail-in balloting was going to be a catastrophe. He was right, as usual, and he's prepared for it. So, I'm not worried a bit. It'll be fine. So anyway, let's get on to the Bitcoin analysis because I wanted to show you a few things. All the people I've been watching analyzing Bitcoin, using technical charts, there's nobody out there, I don't care how good you are, that can predict, the stock market, Bitcoin, any assets, when there's a major world or American event, such as a pandemic. I mean, nobody could predict what markets and Bitcoin was going to do then. Nobody can predict with this election situation what's going to happen. So, but the last month or so, most all of the analysts out there have been saying you're going to have a pullback to like 12,500, and that's what I was waiting for, and to buy in again. But it never happened, and it hasn't happened. I mean, I'm sure we'll get a pullback. I don't see it going below 13,000 when we do get a pullback, unless there's something crazy going on in the world. As long as the president remains in the position he is, however long that is, I don't see there to be any major downside. If it goes the other way, then yeah, be worried. I try to tell people, make sure, just like I did in 2008, I moved 401k money into bonds at the time. Of course, bonds were doing well, but we all know what happened to the stock market. 40%, people were getting hit by 40% losses. So make sure if you have 401k, they're in guaranteed funds. In other words, they're guaranteed to pay you 2-3%, which isn't a lot, but it's guaranteed. If it takes a big hit, you're not going to be hit by 40, 50, 60% loss. Anyway, so I don't worry about that. I don't have 401. I don't believe in it. So anyway, looking at the charts here, I want to go back to yesterday. What I was looking at. This is the 3 spikes or major run-ups in fairly recent history. Going back to about April 2017, Bitcoin was at $1,250, and we had a massive run up all the way till the end of 2017, 350% or 310%. Same thing here, February 2019, 323%, all the way from 3,300 to about 13,000. Then we go over to this year. We had, starting back in March, a $5,000 Bitcoin. Since then, we've run up 159% to $14,000. So 150%. So going by the past run-ups, 310%, 320%. So if we extend this current run up to 350%, we're talking about a $25,000 Bitcoin. Okay, so it's very possible. I mean, we could be talking 1, 2, 3, 4 months, first of 2021. It's hard to say, but yeah, it's looking like it's doing the same things. The patterns are the same. So a lot of them out there are predicting $100,000 Bitcoin in the next 6 months. Will that happen? I don't know. It's very possible. I mean, fear and fear and uncertainty is Bitcoin's friend. Most of the time, I mean, a lot of times you will have downside when there's bad things going on. But what happens is it's all about a stored value. You know, in the past, big financial institutions, investors, whenever there was a crisis or trouble, they would dump their money into gold, silver, real estate, okay? You know, it's all a safe haven for your money. Well, that's changed because, you know, gold prices have been manipulated for years and just kept at a level price for so long. I mean, 10 years probably. Silver's done pretty good. Real estate, you just don't know. I mean, it could come crashing down like 2008 anytime. You never know. Prices are so inflated on real estate right now. It's crazy. It reminds me of 2008. Anyway, so what are the big institutions and investors doing? They're pouring and dumping money into Bitcoin. I mean, it's crazy to see all these people that are dumping, how much money they're dumping into it. And of course, PayPal now is allowing people to utilize $15,000 of Bitcoin per week or month or something. It was 10,000. 2 days later, they came out and said we're raising it to 15,000 because all the interest. So 10% of the PayPal customers are able to use Bitcoin. That's huge. Okay, there's 300 and something million PayPal accounts. Think about that. There's only 320,000 people, or 3,200,000 people in this country, something like that. 300 million, 32, I don't know. But anyway, there's almost as many PayPal accounts as there is Americans. So, yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, let's look at this other chart here, which is really good to look at if I can find it. Let's see, where did it go? Here we go. Anyway, right here, this is what you're looking at. This is on a 4-hour chart, okay? This is a 4-hour chart, which doesn't mean this is 4 hours right here. This is what's always confusion about charts when I first got involved with it. But this 4-hour chart shows going back to October 20th, basically, or October 19th. So 2-week period. And you can see these trend lines. This is what you call a support line. Right here at the bottom one, I'm sorry. This is your support line. And this is a resistant line. And you can see since the last 2 or 3 weeks how it's riding this channel. It's up, it hits the top, comes back down, hits the bottom, goes up a little above the top, hits the bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. And it's ascending triangle, or ascending wedge, flag, whatever you want to call it. So in the long term, this is a really strong upward trend, okay? And here's what you're looking for on here. And the guy was pointing it out earlier today in the video. It's what you call a double bottom pattern. And you got to look closer. I can make this chart better where you can see it easier. But basically what you have is, let me go back out a little bit. What you call a double bottom. Okay, so it's starting here. You go up, you come down to a bottom, you come up a little bit, and you go down. Here's a little bottom, then you have a big run up. Then you go down, and then it comes up, then it goes down, then you have a big run up. Then it comes down, then it goes up, then it comes down, then you have another big run up. And basically, since, recently, we just had it come down one and had a big run up. So this will probably make another double bottom pattern. I bet you this is coming down, this goes up, this comes down to 13.6, 13.7 maybe. And then we're going to have another run up to 14, 15, 16,000 probably. But with the election stuff, you don't know. Nobody can predict it. That's what's so fun about Bitcoin. Even though it can drive you crazy and stressful. I mean, the gains and the ups and downs are just like, you don't never know. But like I said, I don't see it going below 13,000. I really don't. If it does, maybe 12.8. But then it's going to bounce up. We're going to have a big run up. So anyway, I got a lot of people out there just saying, it's a pipe dream, you're crazy, and all this stuff. Well, yeah, I was crazy when I bought it at 4,800 and sold it at 20,000, wasn't I? So, yeah. Anyway, folks, look, this election stuff and being up all night and stuff, I'm going to get out of here and leave this at that. I got a lot to do. So, anyway, thanks for joining us. Have a blessed day. We'll see you next time.